Hi Bolovies, welcome to Community Living with your girl Malebo. If you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe, and if you're stopping back by and just continuously supporting the channel, you know the jingle by now, so sing it with me. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So thank you very much for each and every person that has been subscribing, has been supporting the channel in each and every way. So we're currently sitting on 932 subscribers, meaning we're about 68 subscribers away from the 1,000 mark. So we currently have over 4 giveaways that we have on the channel, right? So those giveaways are going to be for the 1,000 subscriber mark. So we have 2 giveaways for the 1,000 subscriber mark, and we have a giveaway for 1,200 subscribers and another giveaway for 1,500 subscribers, right? So I am not going to go into what the giveaways are about. You can check the other episodes because I don't want to delay today's topic and I just want to get straight into it. So today's topic is additional income stream. So yay, finally we've made it to additional income streams or wealth creation. You know the vibe. Everyone is all about that life now. So finally the channel has made it to that point where we're exploring those type of things. I think it's because I'm at that point. I've reached that point where I'm like, hey, my salary is not doing the things. My salary is squeezing the life out of me financially, right? And I just want to see what's out there. Does it work? Is it going to get me the financial freedom that I need at some point? Or will I feel as enslaved as I currently am feeling with my current income or way of generating an income, right? So it's going to be sort of like a sharing my experience and also giving you guys some pointers on what you can do if you want to explore the specific type of income stream that I'm going to be talking about, right? So the income stream that I'm going to be talking about is delivery girl, right? So we know quite a number of platforms have now started delivering to various places and so forth, and delivering various type of goods. You can deliver food, groceries, take a lot, delivers basically any and everything. So that is basically what I will be covering in this episode, right? So do stay tuned. Let me just so that's essentially what I will be covering in this episode, right? So I think the first thing I want to cover is how did I join? So the platform that I'm referring to is Pick and Pay Bottles or Pick and Pay ASAP, right? Depending on what you call it or depending on how you're familiar with it, right? So I use the platform as both a consumer and as a delivery person, right? So I will have a separate episode where I cover my experience on the platform as a consumer, whereby I'm buying goods and then they're being delivered and so forth, and just a review of the platform in that sense, right? But right now this is not the episode. This episode covers how did I become a delivery girl for Pick and Pay Bottles or Pick and Pay ASAP, right? So I didn't do too much research. I'm someone who, I think about something, implement it the next day, right? So I was just thinking, okay, I've ordered things from this place. The driver that is giving me these things probably knows what's going on. So that's the route that I went. So the next time that I ordered something the first time, then left the driver to, do his own things. And then the second time it was the same driver. Then I was like, and the second time it took too long. So I was just like, why did it take so long? Are you the only driver on this platform? What's going on, right? I'm also looking to be a driver or a delivery person. How do you go about the process and so forth? And then it's like, I don't know, just highlight this person, and then he gave me the person's numbers, like just send this person in a WhatsApp and tell them like you want to join the platform, and that's it. So that's exactly what I did. Send the person a message to say, okay, I got your number from one of the delivery people that are already in the platform. I want to join. How do I join? And the person was like, okay, send your name, sent your email address and something else, right? And then that was basically it. They added me to their group. There's a WhatsApp group. There's an app that we are using. I'm not sure if I'm at liberty of disclosing that because that is not my business. If you join, then you'll know which app we're using and stuff like that. I don't want to reveal, it's not necessarily like that confidential, because I think it's an app that most like informal logistic companies use, but I don't want to reveal anything that might jeopardize the people's business, right? So if you want to join, you'll find out about that app and if the place that you're in as well. So the platform that they're using is WhatsApp in that app, right? So essentially what they'll do is you are added on this WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group forms, for some reason, it covers both KZN and Eastern Cape, right? So it's still in the beta phase. By beta phase, I mean that they're still trialing this. So it's not like all the Pick and Pays have like some form of delivery platform and are delivering to all the regions that they're in, right? So Eastern Cape and I think KZN are sort of like part of that beta phase. So I'm not sure about the other provinces. So I didn't do too much research, as I've already mentioned. I just went on and I was like, okay, it's available, downloaded the app, started ordering like the app as a consumer, and then I went on to that WhatsApp group, right? So that is how I essentially joined. But what you can do is also do the same thing. Download the app. Once someone delivers, ask them how they joined, and then they will probably be able to give you the details, like, okay, this is how I joined, this is the process, and then highlight those people that will help you join the platform and join. So so when it comes to compensation, what's happening with the compensation is that it's a flat rate. So you get a flat rate for delivering from specific stores that are in and around the area that you're operating in. So there are 3 stores in Eastern Cape that I can deliver from. So I will choose which store I work from. So that is the pack. You get to choose where you're working from. They might ask you to work at another location, but you can say yes or no. It's not like they're going to be like, work at that location, or we're not going to give you any delivery, any orders or anything of that sort, right? So they just ask people in a nice way. They'll ask you like, okay, can you please work in this area because there's no one, and so forth and so forth. Then I've done it for, basically this is my 4th day, but out of these 4 days I was only active on the platform I think for 3 days, but the 3rd day was in a weird way. So I'll explain exactly what I mean by in a weird way. So this 2 days was a Thursday and a Friday. So I knocked off at work around 2, then from 2 till 5 I was on the platform. So I had to go to church at 6, so I was like, bye by 6. Same thing on Friday, I had to go to church at 6, so I was like, bye. Then on the Thursday was my first day, so I didn't even know what was going on. Then you had to tell them that you're online, that you're currently working, and then you say you're on duty on the other app where they basically sent you the request and stuff like that. Then from there, what happened was that after some time, I don't know, I'd say roughly 45 minutes of me being at that place. So I was currently at the mall, so I decided to go like mini shopping, or just like window shopping, not mini shopping, because there was stuff that I was looking for, but I was just like, okay, let me just go and see what's in the mall. Then they told me, okay, we have orders, go and get these orders. Then I went there and then there was another driver showed me how to use the platform. I was still all over the place. The training wasn't like well documented and stuff, so now they do send like a video on the app to say, okay, this is how you're supposed to go about, you know, accepting the order. We give you the order in the group, and then we give you the order on the platform. Then you accept the order on the platform, and then you say you've picked it up. And after saying you've picked it up, then you go and you start. When you get to your vehicle, you say, okay, now I'm driving to the area. Then when you get to the area, you say you've successfully completed. If you've successfully completed, if you haven't successfully completed, then you fail to say, okay, no, it didn't work out because maybe I didn't find the person or whatever the case might be, right? So that is the process. So I didn't know that process, so that the other driver quickly helped me through that entire process. So hopefully whichever area that you're in, you'll be able to get someone to help you through that initial phase. Then I sort of grabbed an order I wasn't assigned, but I didn't know we couldn't do that. But the other driver sort of advised me to do that, and even the people at the store which are giving those deliveries. So I think the reason why the other drivers didn't want that order, and the reason why the other person in the store was forcing me to take it, was that it was far, right? It was about 6.4 kilometers away. So that is a disadvantage of this. So it's a flat rate, meaning regardless of where you are delivering to, you get the same amount, right? So it's not based on the distance and anything of that sort, or based on how many bags are you going to deliver to this place. So someone could have like ordered things worth 5,000, so they'll fill up your car, you won't have space and whatever, all those things, and you're taking up more time to get to your vehicle. Like all those things are not factored for. So they're just giving you this flat rate to say, okay, we're paying you this amount of money, and then that's it. And whether you're delivering to this place, or you're delivering too many bags, or you're using a vehicle, or you're using a motorcycle, it really doesn't matter, right? So that is the disadvantage of this beta phase, and how the delivery system or delivery platform is currently being run, right? Then another disadvantage is that as much as during the week there aren't too many drivers, right? You could have a couple of orders, you have to wait. So if you have nothing to do in your vehicle, or if you don't have any other delivery platforms to be delivering for, the waiting game is rough. So on Thursday, when I started, I think I knocked off at work at 2, got there around 2:30, and my first order was around 3. So that the waiting game on Thursday wasn't bad. But on Friday, what happened was that I got off at work at 2. I was told to go to a different area because there wasn't anyone, and I only got my first delivery, I think at 3 or 4. So an hour and a half to 2 hours had already lapsed, and I'm just there by the like as close as I am, like as close as possible to the store, right? Because they sort of track where you are to see if you can pick up an order like quickly, right? So that's how they probably assign people and so forth. Then on Saturday, I had visitors coming, and I was kind of lazy. I was kind of demoralized or demotivated about what happened yesterday, where I was there for like 2 hours. So I was like, okay, since I'm not that far from one of the malls, I'm just gonna say I am available and ready to work on that day, and they will assign me as they see fit, right? But then there was so many of us available for the area that I wanted to work in. There was like 5 or 6 people, and some of these people were closer to the mall, so they're like in the mall waiting, like that waiting game that I was talking about. And I was like, okay, if they don't assign stuff from like where I am, which is at home, that's close, sort of close-ish enough to the mall, because I didn't want to just go there and squat and, you know, wait for them to assign and stuff like that. Then they didn't assign anything to me the entire day, and I logged off I think around 12 when I started having visitors. I was like, they're not assigning anything anyways. I think because of the geographical location and whatever. So I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna log off. saying today I didn't log in altogether. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I was tired, but I didn't even go to church today. So today was just a day. It's a day. Yeah. So today is a Sunday. So that has been my experience, that when you are far from the mall, you won't get assigned tasks and so forth, because it's going to be like you have to drive all the way to that place and pick it up, and that driving to the place obviously increases the time it takes you to deliver. So if you're already in the vicinity, you're just gonna go to the place or the mall and then say, okay, I've picked it up, now I'm traveling to the location to deliver, right? So that would be my advice. You should have something keeping you there. Find a way. Like, one thing I've decided, that if I'm going to continue with this, for example, if I'm doing it tomorrow, what I'll do is take things or take resources that allow me to be at the mall and not feel like I'm wasting my time, right? So I could be reading the Bible, I could be posting things on social media, I could be doing research on different stuff. So you have to find things to occupy that waiting period. So that would be what I advise you to do. And then when it comes to compensation, apparently we get compensated every Wednesday. So on the platform, yes, I thought there's a tab that says earnings, but when you go to it, it just says 00. So I did ask the guy, I was like, okay, why is it saying 00 even though I've worked? And on the Thursday, I made about $50. So I only did like 2 deliveries. And on the Friday, I also did 2 deliveries. Those 2 deliveries were within an hour of each other. The entire period I was just waiting. And then when it comes to the petrol, yeah, my petrol went from 3 quarters to 3 quarters to a half, and then a half of the half. So yeah, it is I think now it's less than a half of the tank from 3 quarters. Yeah. And then another thing is that obviously you have to call people when you're at the gate, when they not pulling through, because you do send a sort of like a message to say, okay, you've arrived, and then they should come and pick their parcel up, right? But sometimes they don't, so you have to call them. So you have to look into data considerations, you have to look into what is it called, airtime that you have to use to call people and so forth. And then petrol, obviously, as I've already mentioned, and the waiting time. If you don't have anything to occupy you, guys, time is money. So the waiting time, and then what else? Yeah, so I think that's it when it comes to some of the resources that you must be aware of, and the wear and tear of your vehicle or the motorcycle that you're using. That the more you're driving, the more wear and tear you're subjecting your asset to, and is it worth your money to wear and tear your asset over this, right? So I'm just gonna give you guys the price list, right? So we get paid about $25 per delivery, regardless of the distance. So the furthest I've went was 9.4 kilometers. So and it's not 9.4 kilometers from my home, it's like 9.4 kilometers from the store, right? And then I'll have to deliver, then I'll have to come back to my place, and that place was, I think, around over 6 kilometers away. So that's 6 plus 9, which is about 15 kilometers that I have to drive back to my place. So yes, the mileage is also just racking up like this. Day in, day out, your mileage is racking up. When you're going to sell the car, the mileage is too high for you to sell it at a certain price and so forth. So look into all these factors and consider them in your analysis of whether or not this thing will be profitable, right? So just from a glance, without having done any mathematical formulations, I would say at this point in time it's not profitable at all, right? But I'm still going to do further analysis. So I'm an engineer, I need further data. That's why big data and analytics is such a buzzword, because the more data you have, the more concrete or the more robust your results can be in terms of any analysis that you're making, right? So my analysis right now is based on 4 days, and in the 4 days I only work 2 days, so I cannot concretely conclude whether or not it's profitable, but I've seen how it can be profitable, right? One of the ways is if they assign quite a number of orders all at once. So if they give you like 5 orders to go and deliver to maybe 5 different places, and those places are in close proximity, then you already made 125 maybe within an hour. You get what I mean? But those are like high order frequencies, and also close proximity. So that is the only way I see this thing being profitable from my perspective. And yeah, that is basically what I wanted to share. Do share your opinion. Maybe you're delivering, maybe you are thinking about delivering, maybe you're using other additional income streams. Just comment down below, say what you think, say whether or not you think this is something you could do, say some of the blind spots that you're foreseeing, some of the because guys, one thing we must be aware of is assuming there are blind spots when we haven't done it. So one thing that I keep on saying one thing, something that I'm glad I am doing is actually practically going and doing this and seeing it for myself. So don't take my word and my experience. It could be that your area is slightly different from my area. How things are done that side are slightly different from how things are done here. Maybe even the rate is higher and so forth. You get what I mean? So don't be discouraged by another person's experience and another person's perspective on whether or not this can be profitable. Do heed the like some of the stuff that I am alluding to, but don't take my word as the only way to conclude whether or not delivering for Pick n Pay bottles in particular, because this is one thing I'm referring to. I am going to be checking Take a Lot, Mr. Delivery, Checkers, and so forth. And one thing I liked also about Pick n Pay bottles is that you only need your driver's license, whereas with Checkers 360 you need a PDP or PRDP, right? So that is the last thing. So I really hope you have learned quite a bit about being a delivery person on Pick n Pay bottles or Pick n Pay ASAP, and you will be able to decide whether or not it's something you can look into, or if it's a skripapa, hell no, you know. So thank you very much for joining. I really hope you've learned a lot, and it's been a while. Road to 1,000, road to 1,000, road to 1,000, road to 1,000. Thank you guys. Enjoy your week. May God bless you. And